Welcome back to the 12 Guests of Christmas here on Popcorn Palace. I'm so excited to have her back. We missed her for last festivities, but here she is. P. Dinah is here. Oh, we're going to get into some good stuff. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signor. Yes, it's been the 12 Guests of Christmas. I know Christmas is already come and gone, but hey, you're getting amazing content while I'm on break, and I'm so glad to have P. Dinah back. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Nice to be back.
I'm great. And we're going to have two conversations with her. We taped this one first, but we're going to talk about Tyler Perry over on the main channel because that's been such a big hot topic, and I know you've covered it yourself. You've been getting into it as well. But I wanted to talk about another race issue while you were here because we had you on last time talking about Omid and all the stuff. Omid's out there saying, you know, how this endgame backlash shows an unwilling for us to be able to confront race issues. And I dug something up, Dinah. I dug something up that really bugged me because in doing my due diligence in the channel and as we were prepping for the holidays, there was a moment that I don't feel like has been said enough if we're going to really talk about race relations, and particularly Harry's. Now, I don't know if you remember this one. Obviously, there was the armband that he wore. We knew about that. He wore the World War II bad guy armband, which was not a good look, and he had to apologize for it. However, around that same time, as that was happening, he was talking about romancing the daughter of an intimate Mugabe region of Zimbabwe, and he was quoted. This was a quote from Prince Harry. "She's not black or anything, you know," is what he was reported to have said in order to try to it's not like she's black. Yeah. Now he then went on apologetic about the armband. "I'm very sorry if I caused any offense or embarrassment." In a statement, he said that it was a poor choice of costume and I apologize. But I want to go back to this quote where he was trying to, confirm to the press, well, it's not a big deal, P. because, it's not like she's black. She's from Zimbabwe, but not the black Zimbabwe. Yeah. I saw this and I couldn't believe this was the same Prince Harry. Now, good, I guess he's better. He's white. He's changed his ways, but it's just very ironic to me to see how much Omid and Meghan are bringing up all these race issues. But I wonder how many other things Harry said behind closed doors like that. Now, I want to get your thoughts because I find that comment to be way more racist than these weird implications via hearsay that Meghan's implying about the book. What are your thoughts when you hear? And do you remember that quote from Prince Harry?
Yeah, actually, I do remember that quote. And here's the thing with, Harry, he has, I'm sure, like you even said, there are things he's probably said behind closed doors that we don't even know about. This is just what we've been able to see. But that is so racist to say, well, it's not like she's black. I mean, it's like you're making an excuse for, well, she's not that. She's not that negative thing. So come on, give me a break. That's what he's implying here. And if anything, he needs to address his own unconscious bias. Did he even mention this in his book? I don't remember reading anything about this quote in his book.
Me neither.
So Harry is definitely somebody that has issues that he even needs to address, because when you say that it's not like she's black or anything, you have to look at the kind of black woman he actually married. He didn't marry a black woman that looked black. He didn't marry a black woman that there would be no question, oh, she black. He married a woman that fell in between these lines, or what could she even be, right? So I believe Harry himself, if he really wanted to marry a woman that was black, or he wasn't racist himself, he would have clearly married a woman that looks black and has black features, and who, if she is mixed, would even show her black features by wearing her hair curly, which Meghan does not. So for even Harry, and I'm going to go out there and say that for me, Harry is marrying someone because he didn't really want to marry a black woman. He wanted to marry a woman that was safe, that he could say, okay, well, she has some black, because he himself doesn't want to marry or be around women that are black, because this shows you him talking about, people from Africa not being black, shows you he's got racist tendencies. He's got this racist mindset that's a negative, that's not a good thing, to make excuses for it, to say, I'm not saying that she's black or anything. by dressing her like this in this sentence. So I think Harry has issues around race, and he is making a big deal about everyone else, where he really needs to be addressing his own racist tendencies, apologize for the things he said in the past, and stop trying to confront other people, but look in the mirror, man, and confront your own racist tendencies. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, well, I was trying to pull the quote where Harry even said it. My wife is not visibly black, but that's who she is. The way that the media speak about her, the way that they treat her is incredibly relatable to everybody else of color. Yeah. But this is you're right. He doesn't see her as black. He never did. That's the problem with this whole story. Is like, I didn't see her as black either. I didn't know. It wasn't like something I really thought about. She could have been a million ethnicities because she is a lighter skin. She's mixed. Like it was unclear what the nationalities were. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's always our business to have to know. Sure, once you tell us, we respect that and we do that. But it's a very weird, she's a strong black woman. It's very weird how that keeps being forced. Whereas Harry literally saying, when the press asked if he cared she's African, it's not like she's black or anything. And now my wife's not visibly black, but that's who she is. Like, I do think there's a lot more. I mean, you said it, we both said it. If you talk like this publicly to the press, the bias, whatever you want to call it, the racism, it sure seems like maybe it was Harry who asked the question is what I think. Who would be most worried about the skin color? Maybe the one who was like, well, it's not like she's black. What about, how funny would that be if it was Harry who was the one who was actually bringing it up to the king and everybody else, and they all just sort of ran with it, and all of this backlash is...
Exactly. He's the one that poked the bear or whatever, and then, other things come out, and then he's like running with what they said, but ignoring the things that he may have said. That's what I find, just because that's their character. They're so hypocritical. They're so easy to criticize other people, but to do things that they want to criticize, but they do these things themselves. So I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest,
They're human hypocrites walking around in the fake royal skin. It's very weird. These people they do. But yes, at the end of the day, to me, I don't know. I wouldn't even call this unconscious bias. This is racism.
Well, no, that is clearly racism. Absolutely. But my point is to even talk about things that he himself has done, because he's always addressing things that other people do. He doesn't really talk about the things that I think he made one apology about wearing the Nazi costume.
Yes.
Or, but, he's not really putting the onus on himself and how he's done things in the past that we haven't even seen. Come on, I know he has. I mean,
100%.
Only because, you've grown up in this mostly white world, and you clearly don't have black friends. I'm sure, and he's gone to Africa. He's helped out underprivileged youth in Africa. But you grow up a certain way, and then you learn and you see the things that you have done were wrong, but he's never come out to address that. I mean, how is he suddenly talking about racism and unconscious bias? I mean, his hands are not clean.
And if he was out there,
that he's not talking about.
Well, because he didn't bring it up. It was all Meghan who brought it up. Let's keep it real, right? Because if I feel like Prince Harry's the one who's probably said a lot of things, and it was Meghan who's now using race against the family, and now Harry's
talked about it. But I believe they talked about it only because they planned this before they left.
Oh, well, sure. But don't you think Meghan initiated that conversation? I don't think Harry was like, hey, I want to talk about race.
Right. Yeah. So Harry didn't want to talk about it because he knew his hands were guilty. He was like, okay, I don't want to talk about
exactly.
race.
But now he's sort of like, oh, okay. And she's using that. But the problem is, in their manipulating of the narrative, they failed to remember Harry's done a lot of racist stuff, probably more so than the rest of the family, right? If we're being honest. And Absolutely. So it's interesting that if he was going to come out and do this, he should be owning and atoning for these things. Like when I was younger, I said a lot of racist stuff, and I've realized that now, and I'm glad for it. And I'm trying to, be better, and we all need to learn from it. And, that, and in learning from it, like he did, you got to give the royals the benefit of the doubt too, if they were racially, biased and didn't realize it. Harry, you literally have been through the same thing. We're supposed to have forgiven you and let you grow. Right. Everybody should have that same right. And for them to constantly hit us with it doesn't seem fair. I don't know. Final thoughts.
Right. Here's the thing though. Harry, he wants to so quickly throw his family away, like, what they have done and said. And you have to, I think growth comes when you realize that you yourself have grown. And I don't think Harry has really shown himself to be someone that's grown from any of his experiences. He seems to want to be so hypercritical of other people. He doesn't even change the things that he has done that
Mm-hmm.
he knows he should not be doing. He speaks on this climate change and, trying to get people to not use fossil fuels or to be conservative in these things, but yet he himself still does it and doesn't even want to atone for it for the sake of being the messenger behind it all. It's like he needs to be called out for all the things that he has done that he is preaching to other people. And I don't think anyone should ever forgive Harry for anything because he is not willing to atone for his own bad doings. Because I've heard things that they want to, maybe pull the family back together. I know King Charles, it's his son. He misses his son. But at the same time, I think, he's wanting his family to apologize. Harry needs to atone for a lot before he is forgiven as well, and also make his wife atone for the nastiness that she has done when she came into this royal family, if they're still together, because I don't think they'll still be together. I think, this couple is heading for divorce very quickly,
I would
so.
agree. And if you agree and you like what Pidana is saying, make sure to go on over to her channels, hit that subscribe button, give her a follow, do it here as well. Hit the button, hit the bell, and that little thumbs up always helps the engagement along with your comments. What do you think? And if you thought this was fiery, oh man, you got to come join us talking about Tyler Perry over on Popcorn Planet. That's going to get spicy. Head on over there. Join us there. Thank you so much, Pidana. Welcome back and stay tuned for more, guys.